Hi, Finn. So, this one's going to be a little bit different. I can't really edit or do anything, so I'm just going to put this one up. However it is, I can't really do anything. Our internet is still down. So, about 2 weeks ago, Hurricane Helene came through. And so, that was a Friday morning. And I got up because the storm was supposed to hit more toward Atlanta, and it shifted, and so we got the brunt of it. But I got up that morning at about 4:20, like I do every morning, and I started getting ready for work. I took my shower and everything like that, and as I was taking my shower, the lights kind of flickered a couple times, but I didn't really think much of it. And as I was getting ready, your mom woke up, and she was like, "I don't know if you should go," and really hadn't checked the weather or anything like that, and looked outside, and the wind was going all crazy, and it was pouring down rain, and I was like, it's just a little wind and rain. And I was still thinking about going in, and as we were sitting there, I normally leave the house at about 5:20 because I got like a 40-minute drive each day to and from work. And so as we were kind of sitting there, and I was just waiting to more let your mom's mind relax a little bit with everything going on, then the power went out. And when the power went out, I looked across the street to our neighbors, and you could see a tree had came down in her yard. And then I looked in our backyard, and I saw the tree in the backyard was down. And I was like, yeah, probably wouldn't be a good idea to go in. And so as all that was kind of going on, you woke up, and you asked why there were ghosts outside, because you could hear the wind and just the noise. And I was like, don't worry, Finn, it's not ghosts, it's just the wind. And so we all went downstairs, and we were down there for a while, and then the wind stopped, and the rain stopped, and everything like that. And it was still a little bit raining, and we looked out, and the neighbor across the street, her tree was down over her driveway. It didn't hit her house, luckily. And so all I had at the time was a little pair of shears, pruning shears, or a bigger set. And so I was like, well, I can't really do much, but I can clear out some of the stuff, and she'll at least be able to get out of her house if she needs to and get out of the driveway. And so you were there for that. And and then I started talking to one neighbor, and he was talking about Atlanta. They didn't get hit that hard. And so the next day was a Saturday. I was just thinking, because we didn't have much food at the house, we didn't have much water at the house or anything like that, and there was the possibility that the water was going out, and the power was out, and had been out, and our power was out for, almost a week. And so I was like, well, we need to get stuff. And so with talking to the neighbor, he said that Atlanta wasn't hit that bad. And so in my mind, I was thinking, well, we drove around that morning, you could just see how bad everything was. Our neighborhood wasn't too bad, but 2 streets up was bad. Trees in people's houses and smashed cars. And one lady told us, and then you could smell it, that a pine tree ripped up a gas line. And then so that whole Friday night, you could just, as the day went on, you could just smell the gas in the air. And so that Saturday, I was talking to one neighbor, and he was saying, his daughter lived close to Atlanta, and they were perfectly fine. We drove around a little bit that morning, and some stuff was starting to open up, like Kroger, and the Northern Tool opened up, but there were lines out the door. And I was thinking, it'll be best to try to go someplace farther away, where maybe that the storm didn't hit, and maybe it's not that crazy. And so we we had about 3/4 tank of gas in the van, but just to be on the safe side, I decided to take some gas out of the 84 Mustang and transfer it over to the van. That pretty much gave us a full tank of gas. And so we head out and we start going, and as we're going down Interstate 20, you can just see trees off on the side of the road all the way down it for miles. For probably a good hour, there's just like big pine trees and stuff that have been cut that have fallen. Finally, we made it to Madison, which was about halfway in between Augusta and Atlanta, and we stopped there, and there was a Walmart, and we got some food, we got some water, we got a couple little tote coolers, because that's all that they had, and a couple bags of ice and everything. And then we got gas before we left, and then we ate lunch at Burger King and then came home. And I was a little bit worried about everything, and on the ride to Madison that day, as we're heading that way, I was just thinking that I needed to do something for you and your mom. And I didn't want you guys in Atlanta, in Augusta or near Augusta or anything like that. And so the one thing that I did know is that my mom lives in Arkansas, and it's about a 9-hour drive from Augusta, but you and your mom would be safe there. This is my thinking. As long as I had you two guys safe, I could get what I would need for the last little bit or next little bit, and then I'd be perfectly fine on my own. Just knowing that you guys were safe would be the biggest thing. And I know you guys didn't have clothes or anything like that, but I was like, I'm not worried about that. We could have got everything that we needed there, and for a week or whatever it was going to be, or 2 weeks. Who knew what it was going to be? And I talked to your mom about that, and she didn't want to do that. Well, part of the reason is I haven't told many people, but you know your mom is about 6 months pregnant right now, and you're going to have a little baby brother. January 10th right now is the day that he is projected to be born. And so she didn't necessarily want to make that trip, being pregnant and everything like that. And so we all went back to Augusta, and luckily she's got a friend that lives in Columbia, and you guys went there for, 3 or 4 days, something like that, which was nice, because it took a big weight off of my shoulders, because you guys were safe, and that was the biggest thing. And the bad thing that's happened since then is that we got power back on the 3rd of October. So it was just about a week that it was out. And you and your mom have been back since then, or you guys came back on the 4th. But I can tell that there's some stuff going on with you, and I wish you wouldn't feel this way, but it's completely understandable with everything that's going on. And so it was a really bad storm, and you've seen all the down trees and the trees through houses and no power, and we were worried about the water getting shut off and all this other stuff. And so now you keep asking about the next storm coming through. And, well, just last night and today, Hurricane Milton is going through Florida, and you've kind of heard a little bit of stuff like that, and you can see that you're worried about that, which that's completely understandable. And so the whole point of this video for me, more or less, is that I can understand that you'd be scared with everything that just happened. And that's perfectly understandable for you to be a little worried, for you to be a little scared. But that's completely normal. I know as time goes by and everything gets more back to normal and this fades from memory, hopefully it won't be that bad for you. But just know that getting scared and being worried and everything like that is something that happens to all of us at different times for different things. I wouldn't say I was necessarily scared with anything that happened, because we just didn't understand what this storm was actually going to be. So in a way you could say that ignorance is bliss sometimes, but I feel bad because I normally prepare a little bit better. Like the night before, I walked into Walmart and they had water there, bottled water, and I was like, I should get one or two just to be on the safe side, and I didn't. And I thought about that, and I felt bad that I didn't at least get some bottled water. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's perfectly fine to be scared at times, and I hope that this passes soon and that you're not worried about storms anymore. But part of the takeaway is that if I'm ever around, I'll try to do everything that I can to protect you and make sure that you're safe. And so the big thing is that if I'm not scared, you should have no reason to be scared. And the reason I say that is because, like I said, I'll do everything in my power to make sure that you're safe and that you're taken care of and that you don't need to worry about the big stuff going on around us. So with that, I just want to say, it's been about 2 weeks and it's still a little fresh, but this too will pass. And so I just got the tree out of the backyard last night, and so I'm on my way home again, and maybe we can go do something fun, like take your little police car out tonight and go for a walk and then go to the jumping park. So just like always, I just want you to know it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to get mad, and it's okay to worry. But the big thing is no matter what, I'll always love you. Bye.